In 1975, I was struck by lightning while talking on the telephone. And this whole spiritual search and this whole business about spiritual reality, I come from South Carolina. Everybody goes to hell where I come from. There is no question that if you were born in sin and you were in the South, those fundamentalists are going to make sure that you're afraid of Jesus and you're going to go to hell.
That's why I'm moving to North Carolina.
That's even worse. That is hell. So in 1975, when I got struck by lightning, what happened in my changing perspective of time was this. What I never believed in, had no idea, no focal point, no paradigm to understand it by. A near-death experience. One day I never believed in any of this stuff. The next day I was dead. And the day after that, I became everything I never believed in. And my last 30 years has been an internal search to not if it's true, but how it works. Not whether there's a life after death, but what are the mechanisms and its purpose. Not whether there is eternal life, but the direction and intent of eternal life. Not whether there is a divine architect, or there are angels or beings of great power, presence, and potential. But who are they? Everybody in this room knows that time is changing. It is moving faster. A day goes by faster now than ever. You never have enough time. It's not that the 24 hours has changed. It's consciousness is changing. This is occurring, whether you like it or not. It's occurring because of cosmic potential and possibilities, but also the development of technology and integrated technology. You can instantly be anywhere in the world on a computer. You can roam cyberspace. So all of a sudden, the fact that that is possible, time has changed. Because what you can put into the time that you are perceiving is a vast, greater proponent of knowledge. Next, time is changing. We don't even live in the same universe we lived in last year. We don't live in the same universe. The world as we know it has passed away. We live in a new solar system. All of a sudden, guys, everything that you've ever heard or really thought about the universe is changed.
Let's talk about what's going to happen at the end of the Mayan calendar. And then we will kind of backtrack a little bit and go into what's happening right now in our immediate future. Okay? What happens? What happens on the Mayan calendar, October 28th, 2011, is absolutely everything, all at the same time. There is an acceleration of more and more of creation available in every moment. You got that? More and more of everything available in every moment. We've already looked at the past and saw all of the different up to this point. It's all still available. And more is becoming available in every single moment. What happens, finally, is the acceleration gets so great that absolutely everything which is infinitely possible all happens at exactly the same time. Which is the truth in the first place. Consciousness or creation exists in total, all past, all future, all exist right now.
Each one of us knows somehow that there's something grander, in a sense, that there's something so much more profound about our lives. Not that each breath and each second and each one of those instances of our lives are not beautiful. They are beautiful, but we have a sense of a dynamic connection, a dynamic interaction with everything on this planet, with everything in the universe, with what we call God, what we call love. And in our hearts we know that there's some blockage, there's something going on in this human experience that prevents that knowing, that recognition, that realization of that oneness that we always talk about, that is on, every show we do, and in the opening and the closing and the flyers and the art projects. It's dedicated to the oneness. And it's an experience that human beings can have that transcends and just gives a sense of the awesomeness, of the glory of each of us, and each of us all together in this magnificent planet here, in this magnificent universe. And the question is, really, is how can we come on a breath-to-breath, day-to-day basis with all the stuff that's happening, with all the incredible stuff, with all the stuff that challenges us? How can we know that truth and know it on a consistent, ongoing basis?
As all of this gestalt, the ultimate meaning of why we're pursuing these investigations, came to a critical mass, one number kind of floated up, and I don't mean 19.5. That was the number 2012. Because the more we delved into the geometry that we found at Cydonia, and the connections to sacred sites here on this planet, and the traditions of ancient wisdom keepers, like the Maya, like the Hopi in the American tradition, like the Celts in the European tradition, like the Egyptians, like the Polynesians, the more we see extraordinary common threads, which on the one hand are told as stories to preserve the narrative, preserve the spine of information. And on the other hand, they're told in terms of the numbers. If you start reading sacred traditions, it doesn't matter whether they're the Vedic, whether they're the Mayan, or the Egyptian, you wind up looking at the same sets of numbers over and over again. And it becomes very obvious as you get into this over years and even decades that those numbers are the key essentials And the stories which entrain and transmit the numbers are essentially the carrier wave. They're the mechanism whereby peoples all over this planet, indigenous peoples, native peoples, transmigrational peoples, have preserved the essence of these numbers because there is information in those numbers, and the information is important both to our past and, more relevant, they're important to our future.